Welcome back to the Road Show this morning in the Buzz. People still talking about yesterday's earthquake that rocked much of the East Coast. Again, we all talked about not feeling it. I didn't, you didn't,
I
right?
did not.
Okay, but the 5.8 magnitude quake was actually centered about 500 miles away in Mineral, Virginia. People all along the East Coast felt the effects. Noticeable earthquakes, as we know, are very unusual here in Rhode Island. So, of course, when homes and buildings started to shake yesterday and state offices were evacuated, it had everybody talking. Take a look.
The building was wobbling back and forth. You could really feel it.
Were you scared?
Yeah, I wanted to get out of the building. I was afraid something might happen.
What did you think?
I was pretty scared. I didn't know if the building was going to collapse or what. It was shaking. I got really dizzy.
And I just felt like I was going to pass out. Everything was moving. The cubicles were shaking. And I thought it was me. And then everybody else started getting nervous. And we all just started running out.
I felt the whole cubicle just kind of start shaking back and forth. And then after that, it stopped for a second. Then I felt it again. And I said, wait a minute, is that an earthquake? Then I questioned myself. And then there was just another kind of tremor.
Isn't that crazy how some people felt it and some people didn't? But fortunately, the good news in all of this, no reports of deaths or any serious injuries, although as you can see from some of the video there was damage in some places. And what is the monument right now? Which is
Washington Monument.
Washington Monument is closed indefinitely while they check to make sure there's no major structural damage. So
There were some reports yesterday that it was actually tilting to one side.
yeah, huh?
That it became the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
In D.C.
Right.
Our own version. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get it back open. 'Cause
Right.
a lot of people go there.
It's an old monument and it's brick
Yeah.
and it's and those things, you know, if it's wood, it has a little more flexibility, but brick just doesn't
Right.
doesn't
Doesn't
fit.
bend.
It's
Yeah.
going. It's
But
going.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't feel it. I actually was at home with the kids, and I called my wife and said, she was actually, I think she was out to lunch with Michelle. And I said, I said, put the meteorologist on the phone. They know all about earthquakes, don't they? I'm like, no, they don't. Why would
I know, it's not weather, right?
No, but yeah, so, and they didn't feel it at the restaurant they were at, and I think they were in Warren or Bristol, so, I don't know.
I didn't feel it. I was here. I didn't feel it. I heard people on the second floor felt it. I heard people, I was hearing from friends around the Boston area that their buildings were swaying. And then, you know, everyone else. I feel like I was missing out.
Me too. That's the feeling
I wanted
had.
to feel a tremor. Come on.
I did too. I called
a weird sort of
tremor
way.
envy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? This isn't fair. I didn't get the feel. Then I'm walking the baby around the neighborhood. I'm thinking, why do I want to feel an earthquake?
I know.
You know? Like,
but it's just that, in hindsight, you can say it because you know it wasn't deadly or incredibly devastating, but it was a kind of a cool, unique event. And we're all so fixated on weather and just, you know, natural events like that in New England, don't you feel, with just the climate that we have here?
Yeah,
we're
and
just
it's something
fixated.
that we hardly experience. I know people were saying, oh, California's probably laughing at us because we're evacuating buildings because of tremors and things like that. But you also have to think our buildings aren't made the way that they are in California, for example, where of course they have to hit all of these, you know, earthquake-proof
requirements and
building
stuff,
requirements, and so on and so forth. So that, I think that's why everyone kind of, you know, got a little scared. Something that we're not used to.
It was kind of fun to see some of the way people poke fun at it. You know, David Letterman last night with his top 10 list, calling it FEMA instead of FEMA. What did he say? Federal Emergency, extremely minor agency or whatever. And
you know, you talk about things like you want to experience them. This is going to sound so wacky.
Tornado.
No. But this hurricane. Okay, if it's going to rain over the weekend and just be like, you know, 20-mile-an-hour winds and raining sideways for 5 inches, I want like more than that. I don't want trees flying across neighborhoods.
That's our natural propensity in the news.
But I just want to see. I want to see a little bit of a storm surge. I want to see maybe 1 or 2 dinghies up on the road. I don't want to see sail. But you know what I mean? I want to, like, if there's, don't tease me with this like tropical storm stuff.
Well,
you don't want your
we don't have anything too major, though.
No,
just enough to
make
it exciting.
It's like 1 to 3 inches. Come on, give me. Let's go 6 to 10.
If it's gonna snow,
bring it.
Snow.
So we can sled. Anyway.
Well, I'm interested to see because I know a lot of people were, you know, living the aftermath of this online yesterday. Right away, everybody's Facebook and Twittering about this earthquake, Courtney.
I'm loving all the stories from everyone this morning. Different parts of Rhode Island, some in other states, some who didn't feel anything like myself. So I'll share some of those with you this morning. We're going to start on our live blog on foxprovidence.com. And this one's from Jean. She said, never felt a thing. Scary, but relatives on the West Coast called to check on us, and they were actually laughing at me, she said. Tripp said, yes, I felt it. I was speaking with folks in New Jersey who said they felt what they thought might be a quake, and within a minute, I felt it here as my whole desk shook. He said pretty tame compared to those who were so close, but he felt it for sure nonetheless. So here's the poll today. Did you feel the East Coast earthquake? A, yes, everything shook around me, or B, no, I missed it and felt nothing. Lots of comments here this morning. We've got about 12 so far, and Donna Mitchell is in Warwick. She said the house shook a bit, was a little bit like being on the deck of a boat. Amanda Marie said it was pretty crazy here in Philly. She said she's in an apartment building 10 stories up, and it felt as though I was in a fun house at a carnival, she said. And then Leah said, I assumed it was just another big jet taking off from the airport. And Carrie Curtis was on Block Island. She was at work, said her chair was swaying and her desktop was shaking. So there's lots of more stories from Fall River to East Providence if you guys want to read about folks who live in that area, but we'll see what you all say in our poll with those results at the end of the show.